Hi guys, if you are watching this video, you're most likely looking for an induction oven such as this one. So what we did is we remodeled our kitchen a few years back, completely redid our kitchen really nice and bought new appliances. And at the time when we were buying it, these induction ovens were fairly new, and this particular one is a Samsung oven, and this was top of the line. I think on sale, it wasn't cheap even back then. It was like $2,200, which is probably not a lot now, but at the time it was. So we bought this oven and installed it, and I tell you, we absolutely loved it because these induction ovens don't really generate heat per se. They have a induction coil around here, around this area, and when you put your steel pot or whatever pan in here, it creates a magnetic field, and the magnetic field is the thing that generates the heat. So this could be boiling, you remove it, there's barely any heat here, and nothing catches fire up here, if something is hanging or anything like that. So we loved it. It was great, worked well, everything got cooked really fast and nice. And so this went on for a few years until we started having problem. It was an intermittent problem at first. And then after a while, this left half completely stopped working. So, I was like, it's probably something simple. We can fix it. Maybe something is unplugged. So for a while, we just used this right half, which was inconvenient. And it was disappointing because we spent good money for this and it wasn't working properly. So I searched YouTube videos and I found somewhere that there is a solder joint in one of the circuit boards inside that goes bad, and that causes it. So, after a while I had a friend come here to give me a hand. We pulled the oven out. You have to really dismantle the oven, take everything apart. The top comes out, the back comes out. A lot of things have to come out. Then you get to the circuit board, and I found the bad solder joint. We heated the thing, soldered it really nice, put it back together. Hey, voila, it worked. So I was really proud of myself. And that went on for a few weeks, and then the entire top stopped working. So right now, I'm not going to do anything to this oven anymore. We are looking for a oven, probably a Bosch electric oven that we're going to purchase. That's what our decision is. It's going to be a German Bosch, and it's going to be electric. So why is it that we don't want to buy an induction oven anymore? And I'll tell you why. Because it's it has to generate an electromagnetic field. It has a lot of electronics, and all these boards that generate the electromagnetic field are right over here on top of the range here, the oven here. And of course, this is electric. This can't be inductive because for induction to occur, you need to have a steel touching the coil. So that's, of course, all the ovens. That's just a regular electric oven. So every time you use this, it's usually 350 degrees, 450, maybe 500 degrees. So you have all this heat that's coming up and heating those circuit boards that are populated with commercial products. Think about it, 400, 500 degrees, cooking these boards all the time. So what happens is over time, these components, these chips and inductors and capacitors that are there start being fatigued, and the oven starts having problems, and then eventually it stops working like it. So this worked for, 6 years maybe properly, and then start having problem. And typically, I think if you buy an induction oven, you have to look at between a lifetime of between 5 to 7 years, perhaps, before that goes bad. Because if you're using this thing and that heat is coming up, it's cooking your boards, and those components are gonna go bad. I'm an electrical engineer myself. I design components that go to the military and to the harshest environment, a jet fighter, a missile, other space. And for us, if your operating temperature is 85 degrees, we have to start designing with mitigation to make sure this thing operates at even 85 degrees, because heat is really hell on electronic components. And in our products, we don't use any semiconductor. It's mostly metal. Some capacitor sometimes, but it's capacitor inductor, but mostly metal. Even those things can misbehave at high or even cold temperatures. But I mean, this cold temperature is not involved here. So here's my thing, and that's why we're gonna buy an electric oven. Here's what my suggestion to you is: if you have a separate cooktop range and an oven that's separate, induction ovens are perfect because it doesn't generate any heat, and it probably isn't gonna work a lot longer. Although, because it has so much electronic components, it eventually is gonna go bad. Too much electronics, you're always gonna have problem. And most likely, if you have a separate cooktop, it's okay. I would say you can get an induction oven and not have to worry about it, because you don't have this thing to generate all that heat under it. But if you buy in a range like this, listen to me, heed my warning, and don't, unless every 5 to 7 years you want to replace it. So here's my thing about induction ovens. And if you listen to this before you purchase your oven, you're lucky. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please press like and also subscribe. Thank you so much, and good luck with your purchase.